Hello, mate. Today I want to talk about something that trips up a lot of creative people, especially in game development. It's easy to get carried away, especially with your first game. Overdoing it is pretty common. We all have that perfect vision of a game in our heads, but what perfect looks like changes once you've actually shipped something and gone through the process. I've spoken before about feature creep, and it really can't be overstated how important it is to keep that in check. If you're a hobbyist, not worried about time or money, this might not apply to you. But if you're trying to turn game development into a business, then rules are different. The hardest part about releasing your first game is dealing with that reality check, putting your best work out there, and then it doesn't really get traction. Maybe you even take a big loss. That can be hard to swallow, and in that moment, it's easy to fall into the trap of blaming other people. Maybe you blame your supporters for not supporting you enough. Maybe you blame random strangers online for not giving your game a chance. But that path doesn't lead anywhere good. It's a no-win situation. It's kind of like how politicians handle immigration. It's easy target. Blame outsiders, stir up some distrust, and it buys you time. But once you've blamed everyone else and things still aren't better, what then? Who's left to blame? The same thing happens when you start pointing fingers after a failed launch. It doesn't get you any closer to solving your real problems. And yes, it is gut-wrenching to release your game and watch almost no one buy it, or even worse, to sell just enough copies that you feel stuck, obligated to keep supporting it while it drains your time and money. That's the situation most indie devs end up in, until they've been through it enough times to learn the hard lessons. Now, don't get me wrong. It's excellent to believe in your work, but let's be honest, either you don't have a real marketing budget, and by that I mean tens of thousands of dollars, your game probably isn't going to take off. Steam doesn't really support organic discovery anymore, and those streamers who seem like they're just regular people playing random games, that's a performance. Most of them are paid professionals. They play what they're paid to play, and if you haven't paid them, they're not likely to pick up your game. The low quality production value that most of them have is actually all just part of the performance. And it's easy to get resentful about that because it does feel a little dishonest, but that's just the way the business works. So what can you actually do? Well, here's a simple version. Firstly, you need to accept that no game succeeds in isolation. If you don't spend on marketing, no one will know your game exists, and no one will give a shit about it. That is the reality. Secondly, you need to track your goals. Count every hour you work, every asset you buy, and then you need to decide up front how long you're willing to wait after launch for your game to break even. Set a limit and stick to it. Thirdly, you need to be ready to make the hard decisions. If your game isn't profitable by the time you've set, it might be time to walk away. Now, some players are going to be angry. They've paid for something and expected more. But from a business perspective, you can't keep throwing time and money at a project that isn't sustainable. It's a hard, but unfortunately, it's a necessary choice. Finally, stop looking for someone else to blame. The only thing you can control in your life is your actions and your reactions. If someone's let you down or if something's failed, it's on you to have planned for that. It's tough to admit, but it's also the only way to get better. You need to take accountability for your own failings. That's all I really wanted to cover in this little 5-minute waffle. Hopefully you found something useful in it. Again, I am speaking from my own experiences here, so other people's experiences may differ. Anyway, thanks very much for listening, guys. I'll see you in the next one, but until then, you take damn good care of yourselves, alright? Bye-bye.